Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time on Doctor Who, we had the Bells of St. John. The Doctor went in search of Clara in the modern day, which he did find her, and eventually they went on a little adventure of Wi-Fi and hacking people and stuff like that. Yeah. Yep, that was pretty much that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. And, yeah, we just kind of, I guess we just kind of move on. I don't know why. I just kind of lost everything I normally say. Oh well. Let's get into this episode. Here we go. 1981.
Oh my stars. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What is happening?
You kept it?
Of course I kept it.
The leaf.
Why?
Wait a minute.
Because this exact leaf, at that exact moment.
It's Claire's parents. Interesting. So he's seeing how it happened. Aww. Little baby Clara. What is he doing? Just kind of watching?
She can't be.
It's the same girl every time, but he doesn't understand.
She's not possible.
Okay then. I like this. We kind of got this continuing mystery going on. The mystery of Clara.
What do you want to see?
Yeah, your choice.
I don't know. Do you know when somebody asks you what's your favourite book and straight away you forget every single book that you've ever read?
No, totally not.
Well, it's a thing that happens.
And
Yeah.
back to the question.
Okay.
Kind of put her on the spot.
Something awesome.
Alright, he can do that. Dealer's choice, honestly.
Welcome to the Rings of Akhaten.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. Gotta go to an alien world. Alien world is always the second adventure for a companion.
You've been here before?
Yes. I came here a long time ago with my granddaughter.
Oh, really?
Hang on.
Was this in? Whoa! Oh, kind of looks like one of the dudes from I don't remember.
Exotic.
Oh, hi.
You okay?
All right, cool.
Have you seen her?
Who?
The Queen of Years.
Who?
But okay. Bye.
Guess I need to hide.
Whoa. Ah. Oh shit. What the fuck?
I know the perfect box.
You're gonna take her to the TARDIS? Holy shit, these things are cool looking. It's like if they fused the Silence and Bane into one thing. I like it.
Teeny.
You wait.
Yeah, you need a key.
Oh, come on.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I don't think it likes me.
Tuh.
Come on.
The TARDIS doesn't like her.
Hey, little girl.
My name's Mary.
Okay, hi. Hi, Mary. Performance time.
Sorry, excuse me.
Trying to get some seats. That's funny.
To feed the old god,
keep him asleep. It's been going for millions of years, chorister handing over to chorister, generation after generation after generation.
Damn.
Lay.
Try to play along. He stopped. What happened? They're not singing.
What's supposed to happen?
I don't know. Probably not, though.
We're gonna do something.
There's one thing you need to know about traveling with me. Well, one thing apart from the blue box and the 2 hearts. We don't walk away.
Oh. Okay, good. He's gonna do something. Okay. Oh, man. That sucks. Alright, alright, let's go get her. Lifted up with the Sonic.
Hello there. I'm the doctor. And you met Clara. She was supposed to be having a nice day out. Still. It's early. Yeah.
Yeah, hold that up.
Are you coming then?
Oh, God, that's interesting, just him holding it with the Sonic.
No.
Absolutely never gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna go in. Sonic! Oh. Okay. That was a very Indiana Jones move.
Did you just lock us in?
Yep.
With the soul-eating monster?
Yep.
And is there actually a way
What
to
he
get
does.
out?
What? That's it then. Song's over.
The song is over.
Well, shit.
Ended with me.
Okay.
That's it then. Song's over.
Ah!
It'll feed on your soul, but that doesn't make it a god. It's
Yeah.
a vampire. And you don't need to give yourself to him.
A vampire. Uh-oh.
Hey, do you mind if I tell you?
So, if I don't, then everyone else.
We'll be fine.
Yeah. It's just a vampire.
You promise?
He had to cross both of his hearts.
Yeah. Stay back. I'm armed. With a screwdriver.
It's something. Shit. Oh! Okay, that's not good. He's having a beam struggle with the sonic screwdriver? Okay. What about you, though? It is incredible that he can do that. Ah! What is he doing?
Where did they go?
Oh, is he dying?
Grandfather's awake. They're of no function anymore.
Well, you could sound happier about it.
What is grandfather? If it's not the vampire. The planet.
Stars. You're going to fight it, aren't you?
Yep.
Predictably, yes. I think I may be about to do that.
It's really big.
I've seen bigger.
Really?
Are you joking? It's massive.
I'm staying with you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I can resist.
No, you can't.
What about that stuff you said? We don't walk away.
Yeah, goes for her too.
No, didn't think so. Righty-ho then.
Oh god. It has a mouth and a face. This is more than he has ever done.
Sacrifice themselves to you. Can you hear them singing?
So this is
You like to think you're a god.
really gonna work.
Take my memories.
Oh god.
But I hope you've got a big appetite. Because I have lived a long life.
Oh god.
I have seen a few things.
Huh. Overload him, maybe. That's not a bad idea, actually. Ooh. Let it collapse in on itself. He literally overloaded him with his own memories.
The most important leaf in human history.
Huh. Yeah.
It's full of stories. Full of history.
Interesting. So this is like a finish him off.
And full of a future that never got lived.
Eat up. Be full? I expect so.
He filled up on the doctor.
There's quite a difference, isn't there, between what was and what should have been.
Alright, there we go. Let it end. Okay then.
Hey, same day actually, huh? Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. It's not often that he does that.
You were there. At Mum's grave, you were watching.
Perhaps.
If you want me to travel with you, that's fine. But as me, I'm not bargain basement standing for somebody else. I'm not going to compete with a ghost.
Don't compete with yourself. So are we just gonna go get her tomorrow? I guess so. An interesting approach to the season now. He's not just going to take someone forever. He's gonna drop him off after a while. How interesting. How interesting indeed. Okay, that was definitely interesting. I don't know, the pacing was a little off, I feel like, but I can't figure out why. I don't know. There's something I have to say, there's something a little odd about this episode, but I can't put my finger on it. Maybe I'm just going crazy. So yeah. Now this does definitely follow our pattern of when we get a new companion, we have to take them to an alien planet. I've forgotten about that thing, the fact that we do that because we haven't had a new companion in so long. So I'm going to look. Because I think every companion, their second adventure, they go do something like that. So, I know for Rose it was the end of time. For Martha, it wasn't her second adventure, but her third adventure was Gridlock. And then for Donna... for Donna, it was also the third episode. It was Planet of the Ood. And then for Amy, it was The Beast Below. Yeah. So, good lord, I've done so many of these fucking videos, but that's fine. Yeah, I definitely... It is a common thing that we got to do with our companion. Like a way to break in our companion, basically, is to take them to a very alien world. So yeah, we had the end of the world. Did I say the end of time before? I didn't. Not what I meant. The end of the world. The end of the world for Rose. Gridlock, kind of. Yeah, Gridlock, I think. For Martha, and then Planet of the Ood for Donna, and The Beast Below for Amy. So, it's kind of nice to get back to that sort of... Basically, it's kind of nice to get back to our normal Doctor Who stuff, you know? Our normal switch around the companions, you know? It's interesting. Like, I'm not used to it anymore. We've had Amy and Rory for so long that it's like, oh, a new companion. How do I act? Yeah. And it's also, you know, even still 3 episodes into having Clara as the companion, it is still a little odd to have a different companion with Matt Smith. But anyway, but yeah, this was definitely an interesting episode. I will say maybe the climax wasn't incredible. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about it. It wasn't like, it's not the greatest episode, but I did like it. So I don't know, maybe I'm getting nitpicky there. So, and it did sort of make sense. You know, I feel like, okay, maybe it's like, I almost feel like, while it didn't feel like a rushed conclusion, it felt a little odd with, like, I feel like the Doctor didn't have this great epiphany of what to do. I don't know, maybe, and again, maybe that's nitpicking, but it's like, I feel like there wasn't a great epiphany of like, oh, what if I overload him on my memories, on my soul, you know, which made a lot of sense. So yeah. So the first thing I wrote down was Clara's parents. That was interesting, seeing that, and, you know, it's like, okay, well, why are we seeing this? And it's because the Doctor is trying to figure her out, basically, you know? He's trying to figure out this girl. Why has he met her 3 times throughout time, you know? Met her as Oswald, met her as Clara in the 1800s, and now meets her again. You know, he is curious about that. So that was interesting, you know? And especially after the leaf. After the leaf, you know, it all makes sense too, because he was curious, you know, why is there a leaf in the book? And she said, that's page 1. Because that's her page 1, you know? So yeah, that was interesting. I wrote down Akhaten. Is that no, I missed an H in there. Oh. Is it Akhaten? It looks like Akhaten, not Akhaten. Oh, well. So yeah, I wrote down Akhaten. An interesting location. I like kind of, you know, pretty much just, they're kind of like, they're asteroids, you know, going around because they're the Rings of Akhaten. And, you know, basically, they're just kind of these islands that are floating by, and you have to go between them. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I love the imagery there. It was a beautiful episode, I have to say. Okay, so he name-dropped... Okay, well, kind of. He did drop that he has been here before with Susan. This is the first time he's ever acknowledged... Well, I mean, he has acknowledged his family before. He's like, you know, I used to be a dad, but that's about the most he's ever done. This was the first time where he really, like... Where he was really, like, you know... He actually referenced someone in his family. You know? He said, I was here once before with my granddaughter. So... That's pretty cool, actually. I'm curious now. I'm curious if that means that was an episode. Or, like, that's the thing you have to think about. Was that an episode of classic Doctor Who, or was that a previous adventure before the show started? Like, before, you know, they meet Ian and Barbara. I don't know. I would love... I kind of hope it is an episode, because I want to watch that, you know? I want to watch that now with a connection to this episode, you know? That'd be cool. So yeah. So that was great. I wrote down Mary, the Queen of Years. Interesting concept. The Queen of Years being chosen to, you know, keep all of the history and everything. That was kind of interesting. And let's see, I also wrote down the song to keep the old god at bay, basically. Of course, if you... God, I fucking keep dropping my pencil today. I'm sorry about that. Alright. Oi. Excuse me. Okay. You know, when they say old god... You kind of have to assume that it's like, well, is there a new god? Why? I don't know. But that's definitely interesting. And their whole creation myth was also kind of cool. Where it's like, you know, they believe that all life came from this star, you know. Which is very, you know... I mean, we used to have that too, you know. I guess that's the heliocentric view of that. Now, this place, was that a world, or was that a star? I feel like that had to have been a star, but I couldn't tell, and it was kind of blue on one side, wasn't it? I thought it was a planet, but the way they said it kind of makes it sound like a star. I don't know. Maybe you guys can clear that up for me in the comments. Like, what exactly was the old god? Because I thought it was a planet, just kind of the way it looked. It didn't really look like a star. So, I don't know. But the song to keep the old god at bay was interesting. This song that has lasted billions of years because they just keep bringing in, singer after singer after singer to, in order to keep this song going forever, which is crazy. So that's interesting. And then, the song, I like the whole thing of, she was scared to sing the song because she was scared of screwing it up. And rightfully so. I did like the talk between her and Clara about how Clara used to get scared of, she used to get scared of, being lost. I did like that. And it makes sense that Clara would be good with kids, she's a nanny. Oh, excuse me. So, that was interesting. I wrote down the vampire. So, he wasn't the old god. He, as the doctor said, he was basically just the alarm clock. Which was kind of cool. And yeah, so basically they sacrifice the Queen of Years to this vampire who takes their soul or their stories, basically, as the doctor puts it, which was also a cool sort of analogy between stories and soul. I did like that. And yeah, just the fact that, he just says, like, yeah, this is a vampire. Because in Doctor Who, this is how vampires are. I do know that. I haven't seen any in Classic Who, but I do know just last week we did the audio drama for Damaged Goods, and that had a vampire in it, technically. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't listened to that. But yeah, so I'm slowly, basically, I'm getting an education on vampires in Doctor Who, which I didn't think, would ever be this, deep lore on it, but it's interesting. I like the way they incorporate vampires into this, So that was interesting. And yeah, the old god was also kind of interesting, with the planet and then overloading it. I think that was clever. It made a lot of sense. I just feel like, I don't know, the way it was sort of framed, it's like, it's like, oh, well, he gives this whole thing about, we don't give up, we don't walk away, but when there's something precious, we run and protect it, basically. I did like that. And, he goes out there and it's like, okay, I gotta fight this thing. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. And then it basically just sort of comes to him, like, but it's not this huge epiphany he has. It just sort of comes to him because, Mary is just like, I want to help him, and then she just goes and starts singing. It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's tricky. Hold on, I just noticed something. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just, like, got a little... Oh, yeah, I guess it would be. I just got a little sort of sidetracked. I noticed on here on Amazon Prime, this used to only say 10 seasons of Doctor Who, but now it says 13. Or does it? Yeah, it does say 13. And on Amazon Prime, they split up season 7 on 2 different pages. And I just now noticed that they have season 11 and I guess season 12, but those aren't Prime. Sorry, quick little tangent there. Because they haven't had season 11 on here, or series 11 on here at all. Not that I'm going to get to that anytime soon. I just happened to notice that. Anyway, so the whole thing of, it just sort of comes to him. I don't know. It's like there wasn't like a real struggle or a panic, I feel like. Even though I guess there kind of was. Maybe I'm just being a little too nitpicky about that. But the idea of, this thing takes souls, or as the Doctor puts it, it takes their stories. You take that from the Doctor, you're gonna overload, So I did like that. even though with taking everything just from him, it wasn't complete, I guess. It wasn't a complete, like, it didn't destroy him. It almost destroyed him, definitely. But yeah, so that was interesting. And then, because I was thinking, like, oh, well, it didn't work. Better, and it's like, oh, here comes in Clara to give her story, and that's going to do it. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Why would her story be so much better than, so much bigger than the Doctor's? Even with their explanation of, oh, there's infinite possibilities with this leaf and stuff like that. Even then, I'm kind of like, well, it shouldn't be bigger. But, and maybe they were kind of going for that with saying, like, oh, her, the possibilities of it are endless, so that kind of does him in. But they do say, when the Doctor's like, all right, take her story too, and it's like, oh, you're full. It's like, so I do like that he actually, basically, the old god filled up completely on the Doctor, and they used Clara's story in order to just, like, finish the job. Basically, just to force feed the rest of it in and make him die. So, that explanation I kind of do, I do actually like that. It's just that we needed Clara for that extra push. It's not that, she came in and her story is so much better than the Doctor's that she saved the day. It's that we need both of them in order to do this. The Doctor filled him up, Clara killed him. Basically. So I did like that. And then at the end, well, first off, we get back and, we're slightly revealing to Clara why, he's so interested in her anyway, which does make sense. It's interesting we haven't told her about it yet. I guess it's sort of like keeping the crack a secret, honestly. Keeping it a secret from Amy. He's trying to investigate it while also taking Amy as a companion. It is sort of the same way where it's like, he is trying to understand the mystery behind this girl, why she keeps appearing throughout time, why she keeps meeting the Doctor and then dying. So he's trying to figure that out, but she is not aware of that at all. So that was interesting. And then just the fact that we dropped her off again. We actually did drop her off again. And he actually, he says, like, oh, and it's even the same day. Look at that. He's proud of himself that he was able to do that because he screws it up so often. So yeah, that was interesting. And it's like, okay, I can only assume we're going to go get her tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., we'll go get her again, go on a new adventure. Which is an interesting approach, I have to say. That's an interesting approach to the companion, but, I mean, I guess technically it's the same thing that we were doing with Amy and Rory for a little while, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but at the same time, they can still start the episode immediately, like on another planet or in a different time, and you can just know, well, he went and got her, basically. So, it's an interesting approach to the character. It's basically, from the get-go, pretty much from the get-go, from the start of this, we are letting her still have her life, which is probably for the best, honestly. So basically, we're still letting her live her life and travel with the Doctor at the same time, They can go on one adventure, and then she goes back for dinner, basically. So, yeah, that's definitely an interesting approach to it, and I do like it. It's almost like it's almost like the Doctor is course correcting on what he did with Amy and Rory. Like he kind of has learned from what he did last time, which ended up in the two of them, dying. So now he's doing things a little differently. I actually like that idea that he learned from the mistakes of his past companions. Basically, he's learned from the mistakes he made, basically, and he's trying to improve. I do like that. That is definitely interesting. So yeah, overall it was a pretty decent episode. I did enjoy it. Maybe a few little pacing issues, but again, I feel like that's really nitpicking at that point. And yeah, I'm curious to see where we are going in the next episode. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Doctor Who reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.